Welcome to our lesson on the hormones in human reproduction and contraception. The key questions for today are 1. What is puberty? 2. What are the secondary sex characteristics? 3. What is the menstrual cycle? 4. How does pregnancy occur? 5. How can pregnancy be prevented? The key words you'll need to know are estrogen, testosterone, ovulation, progesterone, fertilization. Throughout this lesson, the word female will be used to refer to a person born with female anatomy, and male to refer to a person with male anatomy, although this may not reflect the gender with which they identify. When a person reaches puberty, they begin to produce reproductive hormones in increasing amounts. This leads to some changes in the body. These are called the secondary sex characteristics. The male sex hormone is testosterone and causes people to develop deeper voices, facial hair, pubic hair, and a more muscular body. The genitals will also develop. The female sex hormones are estrogen and progesterone. These cause the development of breasts, hips to broaden, and the growth of pubic hair. Menstruation will also begin. Task: name the human reproductive hormones. The human reproductive hormones are testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone. The menstrual cycle occurs in people with female anatomy and is a 28-day cycle that is regulated by many hormones. In the middle of the menstrual cycle, at day 14, an egg is released. The fertilization of the egg could result in a pregnancy. The menstrual cycle helps to prepare the body to accept a pregnancy should the egg be fertilized. If it's not, it will be lost in the following period of menstruation. Task: what is a period of menstruation? Menstruation occurs at the start of the 28-day cycle and is the loss of the lining of the uterus and an unfertilized egg from the cycle before. This passes out of the uterus through the cervix and vagina. The hormones involved in the menstrual cycle are follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH. This hormone causes eggs to develop in the ovary to become mature. Luteinizing hormone. This hormone stimulates the release of an egg from the ovary. Estrogen. This causes the lining of the uterus to thicken. It also slows down the production of FSH. Progesterone. This maintains the lining of the uterus and inhibits FSH and LH. At the start of the menstrual cycle, FSH is released by the pituitary gland. It acts on the ovaries, causing the eggs inside to develop, and stimulates the ovaries to produce estrogen. As the levels of estrogen rise, it causes the production of FSH to slow. This means only one egg becomes mature. As estrogen levels rise, it causes LH to be released from the pituitary gland. LH peaks at around day 14, causing the mature egg to be released into the fallopian tube. The release of the egg leaves behind a corpus luteum in the ovaries, which secretes progesterone. Progesterone maintains the uterus lining in case of a pregnancy and inhibits more FSH and LH. When the progesterone levels drop, menstruation occurs and the cycle begins again. The stages in the menstrual cycle enable pregnancy to take place if an egg is fertilized. However, the prevention of an unwanted pregnancy is also important. Contraception is the name given to any method used to prevent pregnancy. Contraception can be hormonal or non-hormonal. Hormonal methods of contraception use artificial hormones to prevent the release of an egg. If an egg is not released, then pregnancy cannot occur. The hormones used in hormonal contraception are estrogen and progesterone. These hormones inhibit FSH and LH so that an egg does not mature and is not released. In some types of hormonal contraception, only progesterone is used. The hormones can be taken in a variety of ways. The oral contraceptive pill requires tablets containing the hormones to be taken daily. However, if a pill is missed or the person vomits, a pregnancy may occur. Injections, skin patches and implants under the skin in the arm or in the uterus in the form of a coil, an IUD, all contain hormones which are released into the body to prevent pregnancy. Task: list the hormonal contraceptives that can be used. Extension: what other ways can pregnancy be prevented? Pregnancy can also be prevented by stopping the sperm meeting the egg. This can be done through the use of barrier methods of contraception, such as using a condom or diaphragm. These trap sperm so that they cannot reach an egg and therefore cannot fertilize it. Both of these methods of contraception need to be put into place before sexual intercourse occurs. A condom also protects from sexually transmitted diseases such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, and HIV. Spermicide can be used along with a barrier contraceptive. This kills or immobilizes sperm. Intrauterine devices are used to make the womb inhospitable for a fertilized egg, meaning that it cannot implant and grow, so pregnancy is prevented. This includes the hormonal coil and the copper coil, which contains no hormones but is made of copper, which causes ions to be released, making it difficult for an egg to implant. Implantation must take place in order for a pregnancy to develop. Surgical methods of contraception called sterilization include a vasectomy, in which sperm ducts are cut and tied so that the sperm cannot leave the penis, and the tying of the fallopian tubes so that the egg cannot reach the uterus. Abstinence is also a way to prevent pregnancy, either choosing to not engage in sexual intercourse at all or just around the time when an egg may have been released, although this is not always accurate. Task: evaluate the use of a condom, contraceptive injection, and sterilization in preventing pregnancy. A condom protects from sexually transmitted diseases as well as pregnancy. It must be worn during intercourse and should be put into position beforehand. Condoms are very effective if used correctly. The contraceptive injection is long-lasting and doesn't require a daily tablet. However, it can cause side effects such as sickness and headaches. Sterilization is a permanent form of contraception, so should only be carried out if the person doesn't want a pregnancy in the future. However, it is very reliable. This would require a small operation that carries a risk of infection.